Blake, Lord Thunder, a horse you've had a bit to do with in track work and trials, off his two most recent trials. What have you made of those?
Yeah, he's done everything right. He jumps well. He's a very professional horse. He's been trained up very, very nicely, trained up very patiently for his debut, and he's ready to step out. And he couldn't have done anything more in his preparation. And now it's up to the horse to go out and do his best and see if he's good enough.
With that gate speed he possesses, there is some alternate speed in the race as well. Is he a candidate to lead, or if that alternate speed wants to go forward, can he take a sit?
Well, that's a good thing about the horse and what we've done in the trials. He's pretty natural from the gate, but in two of his trials I made sure that he came back and had an education behind them. So if it happens that I decide to take it to sit on him, or if they're going too fast, he'll be ready, and he's accustomed to sit behind the horses. So especially on the dirt, because it can be quite foreign for a horse having their first start. But the great thing is he's had the kick back in his face. I know he can handle it, but he's a natural runner, and if he ends up in front, it won't worry me either.
There's been plenty of talk around the traps about his debut run coming this weekend, and do you believe he's forward enough for a bold showing, and is there any extra pressure on your shoulders in what we already know is a pressure cooker environment?
Not really. I've rode a few first starters here in Hong Kong, like Harmony Blessed, Joyful Fortune. We got the job done on those horses, Killer Bee. So this is just another one that I've just got to do my best, and if a horse is good enough, he'll get the job done. I think he's had a great preparation. Like I said, he's been trained perfectly into the race, and it's up to the horse to see whether he's good enough now.
Paul, Spontaneous going around in race 6 on the All Weather, a horse that was, I guess, a little bit of a late bloomer. He had a few issues and whatnot, but was he a horse that promised a little bit in his early days?
Yeah, prior to coming to New Zealand, coming to Hong Kong, he looked very smart at the trials. First few runs didn't do a great deal, then had quite a serious tendon injury. So he took about 12 months off, came back, and he won I think 3 from 5 last year. So, I think the best hopefully was in front of him.
Yeah, he's a 5-year-old now, and you come to the All Weather for the first time. No reason why he wouldn't perform on the All Weather, since he seems to trial and work on it okay?
I think he trials very, very well on it, so I have no problems with, change from Happy Valley to the All Weather. He's come up with a nice gait, and as you say, he's trialled very well.
How's he furnished through the off-season? He's a horse that obviously spends a bit of time up at Chung Fa.
Yeah, I haven't seen him for a long time. I'll be having a look at him in a minute. He arrived back last night.
He obviously comes into this with a good enough trial. Were you happy with how he trialled up at Chung Fa?
Yeah, a little bit difficult to get a real line on the Chung Fa trials. Some of them, they sort of look a little bit better than what they are, but he seemed to trial very strongly against sort of pretty moderate opposition, but did it well.
So you're expecting a forward showing?
Yes, for sure.
New season, how's the team shaping up for the campaign?
Yeah, team's shaping up pretty well. We've got plenty of them there, and I think it'll be a better season than last season, all going well.
Chad, Gluck racer going round in race number 8. He's looked pretty progressive so far. You were on board for his last victory at the end of the season. What sort of impression did he leave you with?
Yeah, a good one. He obviously won very soft. It was a convincing win. He had the run of the race, but he showed a good turn of foot and put them to bed quite comfortably. He's obviously up in grade now, but again, he's drawn a good gait. He's got a nice racing style where he can just race behind the pace, and with a nice light weight, he should be competitive.
You partnered him in his most recent trial at Sha Tin, where he finished 6th. How was his effort that morning and his subsequent track work leading into Sunday?
I thought his trial was okay, without being phenomenal, but his gallops have been good, so he's definitely fit and well and ready to produce his best.
Barrier number 1, as you said before, lighter weight, up in class. You'd expect he'd be somewhere sort of in the thick of things, up near the pace somewhere?
Yeah, he's got good gate speed. He'll be right there, and if he can show the same turn of foot he showed in Class 4 last season, he should be thereabouts.
Last season for you were 26 winners. How are you feeling about the season ahead, particularly with horses like Fantastic Treasure amongst your war chest?
Yeah, obviously he's sort of the most exciting horse I have at the moment, and looking forward to getting him back. But yeah, obviously last season was a bit low on number of winners, but hopefully we can bounce back and have a strong season.
Super Wealthy going around in race number 9, a horse that in recent weeks you've had a bit to do with as well in track work and trials. How do you feel he's currently going?
Look, I think he's going great. I couldn't be more happier with how he's training since joining David Hayes' stable. He's just really thriving in his work. He loves his training. He's a really professional horse. He trialled lovely on the dirt. His subsequent work since his trial's been, first class. So, I love the horse. I think he's going to run a great race. He
did wear quite a bit of headgear, but I noticed David's taken all that headgear off him. Do you think that's been of benefit to him?
Well, I'm not really sure. You can just judge the horse by the feeling that we're getting, and he's a big horse. He's growing in confidence every day in the stable, and I've got a really good feeling about the horse, as the whole team does, and I'm hoping. Look, he's untried at 1,000 in Hong Kong and in his whole life, but his trial on the dirt was really good, and off a fast speed, I'm sure he's going to be attacking the line.
In his past runs, he's sort of had the odd tendency to do things wrong at the start and get up in the air and miss it. Has he shown sort of any inkling of that at all in that most recent trial?
No, he hasn't. He jumped well. We even jumped him out down the back straight. He jumped out beautifully. Everything the horse has done is been like a really good horse. So I'm hoping that he can stand up for us on the weekend and deliver. There's no reason why he won't. So it's exciting to see what he can do.
Vincent, the Golden Scenery, 2 good runs towards the end of last season. Was he just a victim of the draw last start, having to get a long way back and really rattling home late?
Yeah, I would say so. Of course, he's a nice up-and-coming horse. Pity last season, end of last season, he got a back draw. But hopefully early this season can make that up.
He's had one trial coming into it on the all-weather. How did you rate the recent trial, and did he just need a little bit of riding out at the end?
Yeah, you certainly need that trial to bring the fitness up as well. Looking forward to it.
Gate 3, the couple of horses to your inside that have got some gate speed. Will he be able to hold a handy position potentially in the run?
Yeah, I'd say so. To 1400, I think he can be handy.